Hi beauties, welcome or welcome back to A Loft. Today I'm going to do an application that has been asked about as well as requested quite a few times. Now personally, I don't do apex method because I usually keep my nails cut short. I even cut them once I do a new set, I always cut them down. But today I'm not cutting them, I'm actually trying out a new shape instead of my usual square look. I also wanted to point out this mark on my pinky nail. I removed my old set last night and as luck would have it, I bumped my nail quite a few times. Now the white line that goes across my nail is the trauma mark. It's not an infection, it's not a fungus. It will not stop me from dipping my nails either. My nails will be just fine. If anything, the dip will actually make it add an extra layer and give my nails more protection. The colors I'm using today are Persian Dawn by Double Dip and Glitter Purple Traffic by Lavender Violets. The glitter is only going on my ring finger as an accent nail and will also be added as a minimal design on my middle finger. Now I'm showing you the underside along with the top view because I only swatch majority of my colors on the underside. Okay, now that that's out the way, let's get to dipping. I've already applied a base layer of Bill powder and 2 coats of UNT Peel Base on top of the Bill powder, as well as 1 application of base liquid. That is why my nails have a shiny look to them. If you haven't seen my Peel Base application, I will leave a link above and also in the description box. Now, instead of using the usual cupcake liner, I've placed my powder inside this small cup, which will catch any of the fallout from the jar, and it's also doubling as a finger stand. When it comes to building the apex, it's all about your personal preference. Today, I'm building the apex with my color, but if you choose, you can build it with your base, or you can also use a clear powder. For the initial application, I am applying the liquid slightly above the whites of my nail, more so near the trauma mark, and I'm also avoiding the side walls. Now for those wondering, I dip into the powder more than once to ensure that I don't have any wet spots. I want to make sure that all the liquid is absorbed before I start on the next nail. So after tapping off the excess, here's a look at the first dip or the first application of the apex method. And I will repeat the same steps throughout the rest of my nails. I will tell you now, this is not the TikTok version. I am not contaminating my liquids voluntarily. I will go back and dust off each nail before I apply any additional liquid or do any additional layers of powder. While I am repeating the same steps, I am not speeding up the video of the process on this step. I know this video is longer than most of my other videos, but that is because I want to show you the full process. So just bear with me, please. Now, if you like this video or find it helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Here's how they look after dipping for the first coat. Now for the second coat, I will get a little bit closer to my cuticle, but this is not the full application. I am still leaving room or still leaving space near the sidewalls and also near my cuticle. But I am making sure that as I apply the liquid that I cap my edges, as well as that I apply enough liquid to the powder layer because I know this liquid can dry pretty quickly. Here are my nails after 2 coats of the Apex method. For the third coat, this time I will fully apply the liquids to my nails. Again, I'm being generous with the liquid because it dries super quick on the powder that is already applied to my nail. But I am also making sure that as I approach my cuticle, that I fan out my brush to minimize the pulling near the cuticle. And again, I am still capping my edges. As I finish dipping each finger, I'm going to use the dotting tool to clean up any excess powder as well as carve out my cuticles. And then I'll just repeat the same exact steps on the rest of my nails. This step isn't required. There are times when I don't use a dotting tool, but using it today, it will make my filing and buffing process a lot easier. Now, I manually file and buff my nails, but if you use an e-file, all of this can be cleaned up at the end just by changing out your tools. Now, instead of using a dotting tool, you can also use a wooden cuticle stick or even a toothpick. You can just use what you have. You don't have to go out and purchase a dotting tool. After carving, if you're good with this, then you can stop here. But I'm actually going to take it a little bit further and use a different, more narrow point dotting tool just to clean up that cuticle area a little bit more before I move on and repeat the process on my other nails. Here's a look at my nails after the third dip of color. Now overall, I'm only doing 4 dips of color because I don't like my nails to be too thick. But by any means, you can do as many dips or as few dips as you want until you reach your desired thickness. Now when I do my 4th dip, I'm going to add the glitter as my accent nail on my ring finger, and so here's how that looks afterwards. Now all I need to do is apply the activator so that I can file and shape them up, because I will need to do quite a bit of filing and shaping, but all of that will be done off camera. Here's the final look after applying the top coat. I kept this set on for 2 weeks. None of my nails popped off prematurely, even though I did use the UNT peel base. So as I've said before, the thin strip down the center, avoiding the cuticle and the free edge, is what works great for me. Now I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, thanks for watching.